Hey there, this is Piexplode again. How are you doing? I'm not going to be doing many more videos for a couple of weeks as I'm on holiday, but here's one of the final ones before then. This one I'll be primarily discussing about Arceus, and a few different types, generally the physical attacking ones, although Arceus tends to run three different types of sets. The first being a sword dance style set, notably Ekiller, which is Arceus normal with sword dance and extreme speed, but there are others. Calm Mind ones, which for example Arceus Water and Ghost can run, which we'll discuss in another episode, and support sets abusing primarily the fog as well as status or perish song, depending on the team makeup, which quite a few of them can also run as well. This one just discusses sword dance Arceuses. So, the first one is Arceus normal in itself. It's a great sword dance Arceus, one that works very well on hyper offense. Generally, you want to run sword dance and extreme speed. Typically, Earthquake is pretty much mandatory this generation, and then a coverage move out of Fire Blast or Overheat, Shadow Claw or Shadow Force, arguably Magic Coat, or some other stuff even potentially can work. But generally, you want to run either Fire Blast or Shadow Claw, in my opinion, and three general items: Lumberry, Silk Scarf, and a Life Orb. Life Orb is probably the best. You run it Jolly with max attack and speed. They're all max attack and speed, but depends Jolly or Adamant. As Jolly Life Orb hits really pretty hard, basically, but it has the advantage of speed tying at worst with all support Arceuses, which often carry Will-O-Wisp. And yeah, very good Pokemon. It does see surprisingly large amounts of use in the tournament setting, but it's a very good Pokemon because it can sort of come in and wear down its check slowly. It pairs well with Pokemon like Mega Blaziken, and it does offer a lot to a hyper-offensive team in terms of the fact that its coverage extreme speed hits so many things pretty hard, and it's great for checking Xerneas. Since whilst the Geomancy set's very threatening, if you hit it whilst it sets up with any member of your team, you can usually then, say, sacrifice Deoxys attack or something, if it had already set up Self Rocks and Lead and something, and then take it down with Arceus, and yeah, the Life Orb gives you the most imminent power. Yeah, Lumberry tends to run Adamant for the additional power that it really needs. Yeah, it's not actually all that strong in some ways, but it is threatening, and it does depend a bit on the set. There's quite a few ways around it. I think, personally, the most reliable of all of them is Physically Defensive Evil Pal, which runs something like a Rocky Helmet, Dread Plate, or Leftovers, Foul Play, and some other stuff, but I'll go over that some other time. But yeah, solid Pokemon offers decent synergy in terms of hyper offense. The Ghost immunity isn't terribly useless since Shadow Force is very rarely run by Arceus normal Ghost, or occasionally even by Giratina. Oh, I have a fun Shadow Force Giratina set actually. In terms of other Sword Dance Arceuses, the main ones are Ghost, Ground, no other ones really. Well, Ground is probably the best other Sword Dance Arceus. Fire and Grass would be better if they got solid physical stabs like Flare Blitz and Seed Bomb. But yeah, notably Arceus-Ground with Earthquake, Stone Edge, Sword Dance, and then a filler move from something like Extreme Speed, Ice Beam. I don't know if it gets Gravity, maybe recovers decent too. Yeah, and that's pretty functional. Arceus-Ghost as well is not too terrible, but I think Arceus-Ghost only really gains from it because most people expect a special one with Calm Mind, or occasionally, very rarely, the Fog version, which I think is perfectly decent. And then, what else do we have? We also have, as I said, yeah, well actually no, that's kind of it, isn't it really? But yeah, you want probably something like Ghosted fighting coverage on Arceus-Ghost as well as Sword Dance. There's some Arceus types that are terrible to use. Arceus, Ice, Bug, and Flying are notable examples, as well as Dragon, and Fighting and Fire. I mean, they all have small niches of their own, good or bad, but realistically, in a serious team, you're unlikely to use them. Oh, actually, Psychic as well. Um, yeah, okay, that's kind of a bit short, isn't it? But that's about Arceus. What other fun Pokemon can we talk about today? Um, hmm, okay. In terms of other physical nukes, we've also got Mega Lucario and Mega Kangaskhan. I'm just gonna speak without Shadow Tag because I just don't like Shadow Tag and don't want you to learn about it because I really, really want it gone, even though I'm struggling with the suspect test. But Mega Kangaskhan, don't run Power Up Punch because it's bad. But either way, the best way to deal with Mega Kangaskhan is Arceus-Ghost or Giratina, since it, even though it can run coverage to hit them, it absolutely hates to do so. Primarily you want to run something like Fake Out, Frustration, something like Crunch and Sucker Punch works. I mean, it depends what you need it to get around and what it can't get around, and you then pair it with teammates to do the same. Mega Lucario, I understand, is fantastic on Sticky Web, but otherwise not so great. Its speed tier is quite cool, but it's still slower than Arceus and some of the stuff. And getting outsped Earthquake is not fun. Still, a useful set is something like Sword Dance, Bullet Punch, Close Combat, Iron Tail. You really do hit a heck of a lot of stuff like that. Other moves that see questionable use, but probably do beat certain things, so moves such as Crunch, Stone Edge, or Rock Slide, I'm not sure what it gets. What was the other one I was thinking of? Blaze Kick, I think it gets. Yeah, those can take out certain things, but really it's a Pokemon that works pretty awesomely on Sticky Web, as a lot of the stuff that beats it involves outspeeding it, at least on offensive teams, but stuff like Ho-Oh and Lugia are big issues for it either way, especially since Lugia's Aeroblast, which you tend to run on it, handles it nicely. And speaking of physical mons, one other fun little one is Mawile. Now, Edgar's posted a very good team of it, well, including it, running a specially defensive spread. Something like nearly max HP, quite a large amount of special defense, and a small amount of attack. And essentially that's pretty cool as a clutch answer to Xerneas and to Yveltal, with its awesome steel and fairy typing as well as its insane power. I'll post the link to the RMT in the description, that's what it's called. Yeah. That's that, I think, for now. I might as well. Now, I think I've bored you guys enough already. I just sort of did this one off the bat, so if it sucks, then blame Zapdos. It was all Zapdos' fault. So yeah, see you guys, and I hope that you don't have to spend too long laddering to help us ban Gengar, which is really what you should be freaking doing. So yeah, good day and stuff. Adios.